In this episode, the Toyota Yaris comes up against the Suzuki Swift.
Cars from Porsche, VW and Audi come under the spotlight.
And we examine a Mazda 3 with excessive fuel consumption.
Hello and welcome to Buyer's Guide. Now every week we try to provide you with useful advice, whether it relates to buying, selling or just maintaining a vehicle. If you have a question for the team, you can send an email to buyersguide@ignitiontv.co.za and contain as much information as possible, as well as a nice picture of yourself.
And joining us in studio to help resolve those troubling automotive issues are Shane Assad from Velocity X and Temin Kosi-Pansi from Ted Car Motor Group. Welcome, gentlemen. Nice to have you all back in studio with us.
Great. Good to be here.
Good. All right. Let's get into our first question, which comes from 31-year-old Indamulelo. He's considering a Toyota Yaris and a Suzuki Swift GLX for weekend use. With a 220,000 Rand budget, he's looking for a reliable, spacious, fuel-efficient vehicle that is also easy to maintain. He also wants advice on whether an extended service plan and warranty are a worthwhile purchase. Shane?
Personally, 100% I'd go Suzuki. Almost personally speaking, every day of the week, Suzuki 100%. If you can get the extended warranty and service plan, obviously do it. Might not have as much cabin space or luggage space as the Yaris. I think it's a little bit bigger than the Yaris, but Suzuki's 100%.
Tim, because you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we always speak about Suzukis in the show and how agile they are and fun to drive, and also they don't break. And I think for that kind of budget, one can get a nice sporty design in a Suzuki, which is suitable for his needs. He's a 31-year-old. I'm sure he doesn't want to drive a spaceship kind of vehicle. As I said, fun to drive, the Suzuki Swift, and agile and good for any circumstances.
It'll probably be a later model as well.
Yeah.
Probably be a later model.
You'll get a later model.
220, later than the Yaris, yes.
22, close to 23 for that sort of a price range. It's a good budget for a good brand that is doing well at the moment. So Suzuki Swift will be an ideal for his needs.
The Yaris, on the other hand, is a great car. Very reliable, very fuel efficient, great backup from Toyota. It's a good car. The only problem is, though, it's a bit bland compared to...
Yeah.
If you want something a bit more funky, the Suzuki Swift is a little bit more funky.
But he'll only have it for a week.
Well, that's the problem with Toyotas. I mean, and unfortunately, it's the only problem with them.
It's the only problem with them. They're amazing cars. That's the only
I didn't say they weren't amazing cars. I just said
everybody will have it
for a week.
Yes, he'll only have it for a week.
One thing you did mention, guys, you said you want a bit of space. So if you want space, both these cars aren't going to give you a lot of space. If it's just you and somebody else in the car, it's fine. But if you've got kids or friends or whatever, maybe this sort of budget as well, you can maybe push it up to slightly bigger to get something like a Baleno or a Toyota Starlet.
Yeah.
There you're basically getting the Suzuki and Toyota reliability, and you're getting a car that's slightly more spacious. If you want something a bit more spacious, that's the only thing I would.
And you're getting the same car with different names.
Well, and of course your Baleno will be a 1.5, so it'll be a bit more powerful as well.
Yeah.
But all these cars are excellent.
Yeah.
So you just got to see what fits into your application then. Okay, our next question comes from Ati, who hails from Whittlesea in the Eastern Cape. I don't know where that is.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
Welcome. He's eyeing a 2018 Ford Everest with 160,000 kilometers on it. It's priced at 285,900. It's rated as a golden sticker unit. Everybody sticks those on their cars. He plans to finance it with a target installment of about 6,500 Rand. And he needs the SUV for holiday and emergency travel. He wants to know if this is a wise purchase. All right, 260,000 Rand really on a Everest 2.2.
And he says that 6.5 must include insurance.
Yeah.
So it's a 5 grand budget, say.
Look at for 6.5, including insurance for a SUV of that magnitude, is not going to happen. So probably have to shift it to 7.5 to 8. Right? I think let's start there. Secondly, I mean, there's other alternatives that I looked at. You look at the 2019 Isuzu MUX. You know, it fits in within that budget, and also with lesser mileage than what you saw with the. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the Ford Everest, but there's other alternatives that are doing quite well in the market at the moment.
yeah.
Most especially the Isuzu coming from the Eastern Cape, you know, in terms of parts availability and support and everything else. And Isuzu currently is also doing well, similar to Suzuki that we've mentioned. So I will throw in there the 2019 Isuzu MUX with lesser mileage for about 320. You can even get a good deal at about 300, but you're getting a lesser mileage vehicle, warranties and plans and all of that.
Yeah. Shane?
I think it's 100% on it.
Yeah.
Also, look, might be not the most clear person when it comes to slightly older SUVs, but I do think the Everest, so those 2.2s and the new 2 liters, Ford reliability, it's that slight elephant in the room. It's a great car, but that reliability is an issue. That for me.
You know, I hear these stories about the reliability on the Fords and stuff like that, and I must say, for me, I find that they're actually not that bad as people make out. It's a little bit of, I think, bit of pot luck. Sometimes you get one that is not that great, but it's also down to maintenance. And,
Yes.
and the thing with the Fords, if you maintain them properly and you go through the proper, actually you exceed the Ford recommendations, the vehicles will last. But if you go by the manufacturer's recommendations, I don't think they do last. And I think, I like your Isuzu idea, because the Isuzu is like a Toyota, it's like a Mitsubishi, it's Japanese, and they sort of design it well. If you skip a service here or there, it's not going to really do much of a problem. But with the European design cars, you've got to service, got to look after them, do the proper maintenance, otherwise you may have issues. I mean,
You know, guys,
lots of clients with Rangers and Everest that have 300,000-400,000 Ks on them. They maintain them properly. So if your intention is to maintain them, and you like the Everest because it is spacious,
Yes,
comfortable,
huge.
drives well vehicle. But I like your idea.
I was just a bit stumped because I looked for a 2018 Mitsubishi Pajero, trying to find one in this price range.
Good luck.
Non-existent.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Non-existent.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why. Because of the quality of the vehicle.
100%.
I think these guys know this thing is, might as well just give it away.
Yeah, the other-
Because I'd rather take an older Pajero or even a Fortuner. I know.
Pajero Sport as well
Yeah,
is also an
Pajero
option.
Sport. I'd take an older one with maybe even a little bit more mileage for that kind of money rather than a Ford.
The problem-
But that's just my opinion,
The
guys.
problem with the Mitsubishis is that they only sell 50 a month, that kind of thing. Where the Everests are selling, this particular era of Everest, they were selling most probably a couple of hundred a month.
Correct.
Yeah.
So there's a lot more on the second hand.
So there's lots of spares available
Yeah.
Yeah.
when you break down.
Look, as I said, I mean, the Ford Everest, I won't write it off, and,
Yeah.
just like Adam is mentioning. But there's other alternatives out there.
Yeah,
And
there
I think
are.
just to, we always say that bumps and seat, test drive this car and feel if it's going to be suitable for your needs and all of that, and then you make a call from there. But just to pinpoint on one brand and say, no, okay, let me rather go for that, and yet there's other alternatives and other
The
options.
Ford is not
You
bad,
actually-
but your MUX would most probably outlive in terms of long-term reliability. Welcome back to Buyer's Guide. 30-year-old Wesley, he comes from Pretoria and he's considering buying a 2018 Porsche Macan or a 2023 VW Golf GTI or a 2017 Audi SQ5. He's got a budget of 14,000 Rand a month and he wants the ideal weekend focus car with at least 180 kilowatts, upgraded from his previous Golf 7.5 1-liter manual. Well, anything you buy is going to have a bit more power on this. So, what do you think, Tim and Corsi? I mean, it's got SUVs and hatchbacks.
Hatchbacks, and yeah, it's a bit of a mixed bag, But
got lots of money.
I will stay away from the Porsche Macan.
Yeah.
For obvious reasons, the warranties, the cost, and everything else.
You get a 1-year pre-owned warranty with that Macan.
Yeah, but then after that, and then it's gone.
After that, it becomes a Macan.
And also the service in between. So if he's looking for performance SUV kind of vehicle, the Audi SQ5 might do the trick there for him. 2020, you can get one with about plus minus 690,000 price tag, and you can get it with the extended freeway plan from Audi, which is better. That service and warranty is covered. I think the SQ5 would be a better ideal here. But now I'm also confused with the Golf GTI. All right. So the question boils down to what are you going to use a vehicle for? Right, you've got a family, are you planning to have a family, you just want a performance vehicle, you want space, or you want space. So I think that's the decision Wesley have to make here, because it doesn't help to say, no, go for a SQ5 only if I know he wants a GTI or he wants a smaller performance car. What are you going to use a vehicle for?
Like we've mentioned every time on the show about buying any sort of performance car, they've all been drilled a bit, Hashem.
Mm-hmm.
No, they have.
What concerns me here is somebody wanting to finance these kinds of vehicles. If you want to finance it, in my opinion, you can't afford it. And I'll tell you why. Because 14,000 Rand a month, you're looking to say, my budget's 14. Have you considered that it's most probably going to cost you that in terms of tires and service and maintenance? I mean, you need some tires for any of these cars, you're talking 20,000 Rand.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Or more, hey?
Anything breaks, any of these cars, if they're a bit if they're out of warranty, and anything breaks, it's huge money.
Seriously.
SQ5, just replace your brake pads in that car and brake discs is going to set you back 30, 40,000 Rand. These are the things that you've got to factor in when you're buying these high performance cars.
Yeah.
You must probably, I know I'm an old, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And when it comes to looking and saying, well, you're going to spend 14,000 Rand a month on a performance car, rather take the 14,000 Rand and buy yourself a sensible car. 14,000 Rand you can buy like
quite a lot.
nearly $1 million car. What do you go for, Shane?
I think it's based on where in his life. I wouldn't say it's midlife crisis, but I think he's at that page where, all of his friends might have different cars. He's got a little 1 liter.
He wants to impress his buddies,
100%. The Porsche Macan has the same engine as the GTI, but the problem is, obviously it's a Porsche, things are going to be expensive.
It's a badge.
100%. Audi, I agree with you. I do think it's also just, Audi's servicing, everything's astronomically expensive. Yeah. I do think GTI might not be a bad idea, but once again, that thing is going to have been around the block, it's going to have been everywhere.
It's been hammered.
Exactly. So I do think it's either you need to take a step back, reevaluate your life, what you can afford, I don't know, take it from there, but maybe something a bit more sensible, a strong diesel engine car. It'll give him the 400 odd kilowatts.
or something.
Yeah, exactly.
320D.
320D, 2-liter diesel
with this
engine.
kind of money,
M Sport 320.
and get himself a nice.
Roof and all, eh?
Done.
C-Class 220 diesel.
Also,
Yes.
You still got the impression,
You still got the badge.
I mean, let's be honest, nowadays, you've got these performance cars like this. How often do you actually drive them fast? You can't really. You can't really.
Yeah.
Go to jail, drive them fast. Or you end up on your roof somewhere. Yeah, look, I mean, I wouldn't buy any of these cars second-hand. And if I was going to buy any of these cars, you buy them brand new. Brand new out the box, because all of them have been hammered, they've got problems, why they sell them, unless you get very, very lucky. Or you buy them, make sure you've got a factory warranty and extend it as far as you can. But that's going to cost you a lot of money. It's going to cost you a lot of money to do.
It'll cost you more than your 14K a month. I think Wesley's already gone and bought the Porsche. He just wants to hear what we have to say about it.
Imagine what his insurance is. He's 30 years old. How much is his insurance going to be? A fortune. Okay.
Unbelievable. Right, our next question is from Martin, a retiree living in Mossel Bay. He's shopping for a double cab bakkie for road trips with his wife. It will be mainly used on tar roads with some light gravel. With a 750,000 Rand budget, which vehicle offers the best balance of comfort, fuel efficiency and safety for everyday travel and use? Temming goes, he's just going to be pottering around, driving on the pavement, driving on the pavement.
My favorite place in the country.
Yeah.
2025 Isuzu D-Max Auto 3-liter TD V-Cross. You can't go wrong with that. It's brand new, or a demo for that sort of a price range. It's got all the bells and whistles. It's got the comfort, the touch screens, and it's a lifestyle. And I know I'm mentioning Suzuki twice, but I've just spent some time. Isuzu.
Yeah.
Okay, so Isuzu. And I think the Isuzu will do the trick, because if you compare the Toyotas, the Hiluxes of the likes, and Fords and them, they're close to $1 million and just over $1 million. So value for money, brand new vehicle or demo, 2025 Isuzu D-Max, the V-Cross.
Okay, can I ask you guys something? What do you think of the P series? Huge.
Which one? The 500 or the 300?
The 500.
I drove that 2 weeks ago. So I had the petrol 4x4 hybrid electric vehicle fantastic. It's a glamour bucky, basically.
Which is what he wants.
It's a glamour bucky. All I will say is put all-terrain tires if you do want to go for it, but if you don't, perfect. I was averaging about 12, 13 liters per 100 kilometers. Heated seats, massaging seats, heated steering wheel. It's a
That
glamour
vehicle's
bucky.
got everything.
Yeah, it's
No,
got
it
everything.
has. I mean, that was the other option that I wanted to throw in, by the
Yes.
way. To say the P series is doing well as well at the moment. So you've got two options here between the P series and the D-Max.
Very, very good option, that P series, in terms of value
Absolutely.
for money.
Value for
One
money.
other one I'd throw in there, which we don't often talk about, and it should be up there, and they should sell. I don't know why they don't sell a lot more of them. Maybe it's because it's dealer network, and that's the Mitsubishi Triton. That new Triton. You don't have a theft risk with it.
Yeah.
Very reliable, very powerful, efficient, got everything that you can want on a bucky. And if that's the kind of thing you want to keep until, you literally die,
Yeah.
you buy one of those, because they last and last and last.
And-
The Ranger, you got to throw it in there. It's most probably the most comfortable and tech spec vehicle out there. But the GWM P series, in terms of different spec levels, you're talking about the hybrid.
Oh, it was 100% top of the range.
There is
Yes.
lots of those.
And
to
that
have a look
what's that at going for now? 650,
No, top of the range is 990.
990.
Yeah.
That bin is huge.
But
No, it
it's
is
huge. Also, because it's slightly older and is in his retirement, if he is going to ever load anything in the bin, the tailgate opens up as a barn door as well to make it easier to load things in.
Hello and thank you for tuning in to Buyer's Guide. Aubrey is experiencing unusually high fuel consumption with his 2016 Mazda 3. He only uses the car about 3 times a week, yet it consumes petrol as if it's been driven daily for work. He's concerned about the excessive fuel. What could be causing the issue? Okay, firstly, I think he says he drives only to gym 3 times a week, and that's when he uses the car.
Maybe you must go to the gym every day.
Maybe.
Or something like that.
Or maybe
stop going to the
if he just runs to the gym, he doesn't use his car.
There we go.
No fuel consumption at all.
There we go.
Hey,
I'm checking.
there we go. There we go. Good one there, Temingos. I'm glad you said it and not me.
Yeah.
Well, in the old days, you used to have a choke on a car.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
you youngsters won't remember. We'll try and remind. This is little lever.
Little yeah.
What do you mean? We know those things.
Not to hang.
my
Not
You
to
didn't
hang
even know
your
what
hand-
it was. You know those things.
Not to hang your hand.
Temingos, stop it. Ay,
So
yeah.
the problem is, if you're only just driving at a gym, you didn't tell us how far the gym is. Maybe it's 2-3 kilometers down the road. Your car hasn't even got to operational temperature yet. So basically, like in the old days, you used to drive with a choke on. You used to be heavy on fuel, then you'd push it off when it warmed up. Modern day cars have the same systems as such, but they're doing it electronically. So your car, in simple terms, is running with its choke on. It's running cold. It's never going to be light on fuel for these short trips all the time. I mean, I know I have a driver who drives around with us, and he's got a Mazda 3 that he
That's me, by the way.
every day.
I'm the driver.
Yeah, you every day the driver drives around the Mazda 3, and he gets fairly good fuel consumption. I think it runs at about 8.5 liters, which is not bad for the same car. The problem is, it's not the car, it's you, those short trips and driving. The easy way to see if it is the car, take it for a decent drive, and work out the fuel consumption. See exactly. Like, fill up your car, do 300-400 Ks in it, fill it up again, see how much fuel you're putting in, work out the fuel consumption, and see. If you're getting anything less than 10 liters to 100, that's normal. That's average. So, but if you're doing these short trips, and it doesn't only apply to a Mazda 3.
It's like
every
any
single
vehicle
car.
doing short trips.
If there was a problem with the car, you would have a warning light on your instrument cluster. Your little yellow light with a picture of an engine on it is normally an indication there's something wrong.
He is getting the warning light. It's a little fuel Bowser with the.
Oh, yeah.
When it goes to E does not stand for enough.
Enough.
It's empty. Yeah. So it's to do with the fact that you're doing all these short
But
trips.
also you can check in with all the vehicles, when they come out, they give you the fuel consumption stats. And you can tell you urban and all of that, and open road.
Combined,
So it's important to drive the vehicle on an open
Those are
road.
all lies anyway.
Yeah.
No, but what I'm saying is that to your point, it's not
Yeah.
a lie, because you are saying drive the vehicle, put some mileage in it. You won't drive 400 Ks
No.
in going to the gym 3 times a week. You need to take it out on the open road a bit.
It's like new electric cars. You can do 400 kilometers on it, but when you've done 200, it says recharge.
Yeah.
Why? Because it depends on your driving
100%.
style.
Yeah.
Driving style, city,
Range.
highway,
Yeah.
temperature,
Temperature.
all of it. Whether you're using
And
the
an electric
aircon.
car is temperature dependent as well.
Yes, of course.
If it's winter, it can kill the battery or make it long. So same with summer.
I ain't ever buying an electric car.
They ain't ever going to sell you one.
Never say never.
Okay, we're going to end off things with a question from Kevin. And he drives a late 2013 Hyundai Sonata. It's got 125,000 kilometers on with full service history. He was told the synthetic transmission fluid in his car does not require changing. Kevin finds this odd. He wants to know if advice is accurate or if the gearbox oil should be changed for long-term maintenance. Well, let me answer that for you. When every car manufacturer nowadays, you buy a brand new car, what engine oil do they put in that car?
Synthetic.
Synthetic engine oil. So if that applies to an engine, they change the oil every 15,000 kilometers or whatever the manufacturer's recommendation is. Why should that not apply to your gearbox oil?
Yeah.
Kevin mentions that here as well.
Yeah. So what I would suggest is the manufacturers do say, oh, it's sealed for life, you don't need to change it. But what is the life? Is that 5 years, 10 years, or 20 years? My advice, and if you've watched the show often, I will recommend you replace your gearbox oil every 60,000 kilometers or every, say, 5 or 6 years. Replace that oil. It's going to cost you 2,000 to 3,000 rand, but it's going to keep the longevity of that gearbox going. You will not have problems with it, or unlikely to have problems. Every client of mine I know that adheres to this and does this 300,000 to 400,000 kilometers. Gearbox problems? No. There are certain cars that doesn't matter what you do to the gearbox, they're just a terrible design, they'll fail. Not on the Sonata. The Sonata's fairly strong. So go ahead. If the manufacturers don't want to change it, take it to an aftermarket workshop and say, replace the oil for me.
And if it's got a filter, replace that too.
Yeah, and that will extend the life of the gearbox. Definitely worthwhile doing. But manufacturers say sealed for life, but the life is maybe 5 years.
Here we are recommending something the manufacturer says do not do.
Yeah.
So who's right?
Well, I'll give you a perfect example I had in my workshop recently. We had a guy with a Range Rover. He was driving the vehicle. There was a thudding noise. Doof, 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 doof. Had about 80,000 kilometers on it. Change the gearbox oil the oil in the transfer case, because that's got an electronic clutch that works it.
Yes.
Problem solved. Takes like 2 liters of oil, say like 1,500 rands worth of oil. Kind of the whole job is like that. Problem resolved. So, and the only reason is because that oil deteriorates.
Correct.
It deteriorates. So, and they say the same thing. Don't need to change the oil. It's nonsense. Change it. Doesn't do any harm.
And don't listen to the manufacturers.
Yeah, they don't know what they're doing.
And with that, we've come to the end of this week's show. Thank you, Shane. Thank you, Kevin, for joining us. And thank you for all your helpful advice. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Until next time, please, let's buckle up. That's that seatbelt. Stick it in there, not behind you. And let's stay safe on the roads.